Hi, it's Brendan Howe here from Techify with another video in our business problem series where we tackle challenges big and small with proactive technical solutions. Today, we're talking about scheduling. Sounds kind of boring, right? I'm actually pretty excited about this because I've been playing around with a new solution that Microsoft has. Well, fairly new. They've been working on it over the last couple of years, but it seems to be ready for prime time now. So here's the business problem that I'm talking about today. Everyone wants to better utilize the cloud applications and the stuff that we're already paying for, right? We're paying for these Microsoft 365 licenses, and we see all these applications that we could be using, but our team isn't. We're just using Microsoft 365 for email, maybe a little bit of Teams, maybe a little OneDrive, SharePoint, online storage and stuff like that, but there's all these other applications. Here's the other thing. We all waste tons of time emailing back and forth with people saying, hey, are you available on this date? Can we book a meeting on this date? Some people even have executive assistants so that they don't have to waste that time kind of back and forth and figuring out a time that meet or go for lunch with somebody or stuff like that. So the challenge is, how do we eliminate this and get what we need without having to spend more money on more applications and adding a whole bunch of new complexity? Well, here's the solution. It's called Bookings. It's within Microsoft 365, and chances are you're already paying for it as part of your Microsoft 365 subscription. It allows you to send your availability to somebody inside or outside your company, and they can just book a meeting with you. You don't need the back and forth. You don't even need an assistant. You just get it done. So let me show you, I want to show you how it works here. Okay, so I'm going to open up, I'm going to share my screen here. And then what you can do is you can see what people will see when you share your calendar. Okay, so we're probably all familiar with this screen. When you log into Office 365, you see all of these applications pop up. And this is where a lot of people will look at it and say, wow, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not using. So you see where it says Bookings just above my cursor here? That's what I'm talking about. That's where you can go. And I went in literally probably about 15, 20 minutes, I configured a whole bookings page. So here's what it looks like. I can just send a link to my calendar and anybody can look at it. In this case, I've called it an executive briefing and said, hey, you want to schedule half an hour with me? Go to this link. You go executive briefing. I can click on the little information button and it says what an executive briefing is for. Somebody can choose and go and say, okay, we're going to meet with Brendan. And then they're going to look at my availability. And of course, I'm a busy person this week, at least busy in my own mind. But I can look at next week and say, okay, I've got a little bit of time at 9 a.m. or the 29th, I've got a little bit more time. And so somebody goes, picks the time, puts their name, email, phone number if they want, and just clicks book. And then what it's going to do is it's going to send a meeting invite directly to them, put it in their calendar, and it will also send reminders. So chances that they won't miss the meeting are better and better. So this has all sorts of applications depending on your business, depending on what you do. It could be as simple as meetings, could be appointments, depending, you could incorporate it as part of your sales or service delivery. So I thought it was really neat. I wanted to show you how to do it so that and it's a great example of how to use Office 365 or Microsoft 365 a little bit better. The real solution here that I wanted to point out is that somebody needs to be reviewing your team's Microsoft 365 usage on a regular basis and giving you recommendations on how your team can be more effective. With strong best practices standards and a consistent, effective process, this leads to great results. This is one of our standards for improving employee productivity. That's how you create a strong technology strategy. That's how you move away from reactive IT to intelligent technology. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great day.